Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Pretty Sexy Jar the Brand, aka Starting Assassin. And of course, you guys, we are back for another review. And this time, we are starting off on Wags to Riches over here on Netflix. This is going to be my first review on Wags to Riches. There are 8 episodes out. You can get caught up on them over on Netflix, and I'm telling y'all are gonna enjoy it from beginning to end. But today, tonight, or whenever you see this video, you're actually gonna get into episode 1 and review of episode 1. First, I just want to thank all of my Assassin family for tuning in, clicking in, and viewing the content, sharing my content, and just giving me the likes and showing support. I really thank y'all so much for that. Also, Assassin family, I'm gonna drop down my GoFundMe link if y'all do not mind. Would y'all please share it, and if you could, would you all please donate to it? But like I said, thank y'all just so much for the support, showing up, viewing the content, liking the content, and sharing it. And yes, y'all, we are finna go ahead and get to episode 1 of Wags to Riches, Wives and Girlfriends. And baby, if you know anything about Wags, Wags actually started on the Entertainment Network, and I watched all 3 seasons. I watched LA, Atlanta, and Miami, and to see Wags to Riches back on the screen has been nothing but amazing. I'm so happy to see these ladies back, and what I like about Netflix versions of Rag to Riches is that we get to see the ladies, the work that they do, and we get a little twisted mix. It's not all just athletics, Wags. It's in every industry wag, and I love to see that. But like I said, first title of episode 1 is Wives and Girlfriends. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we finna go ahead and get into our review of episode 1. So y'all, our opening scene, we actually meet one of our first wags, and it is Miss Sherelle. Miss Sherelle is a business woman, a property owner and developer, and real estate. And y'all, she is out on the golf course on the beach of Miami with her man Chad Ochocinco, which he is a former famous NFL player, and he hosts a podcast with Uncle O'Shea, in which you can tune into that. And baby, okay, Miss Sherelle is out on the court. She got the legs out, baby. She got on her dress for her band while they out playing golf, and they're just having a good time. They laughing, they kicking, and then we meet Ashley and Alexis. Alexis and Ashley are also out at the golf course as well, playing. I think everyone's doing like individual games, but I'm not really for sure because how they have the scene set is that Sherelle and Ocho on one side, and then we got Alexis and Ashley on one side at the golf course. But the ladies are looking good, having a good time, and they like Sherelle is cutting up with this laugh, baby. She just cannot stop the kicking with her man. But I mean, they having a good time. They out enjoying the sun. So I completely understand. And then, we get to see Ashley and Alexis have some conversation, some girl talk, and boosting one another up and saying, okay, girl, I see you, I see you. And honestly, y'all, the ladies are looking good, I must say. But I wouldn't expect nothing less from the wags. And baby, the next thing you know, we get to see one of our newest wags come up on the scene, and Sherelle is introducing her. And her name is Portia, and Portia is a real estate agent, and she just moved to Miami, or her and her husband are planning to relocate to Miami. And come to find out, Portia's husband and Chad are actually best friends. And Portia and Sherelle are friends as well. And she said she really, really liked Portia. She said when she first met Portia, she seen Portia was about her business. Her mind was focused and was about getting to that bread, that paper. And baby, she was like, she loved it, and they hit it off very, very well. And then, y'all, while they are out on the golf course, of course, they start talking about marriage, rings, and know how those conversations can go amongst couples. But honestly, I'm really, really enjoying it. So far, the opening scene of Wags to Riches, the ladies are looking, like I said, they're looking good, and we're seeing them out and about, and just doing what the girls do, being bosses and making boss moves, period. So then, y'all, we go from that scene to our next scene, and it is MJ, and MJ is a real estate agent and a artist, and she is one of Kodak's Black's baby's mother, and they have 2 kids together, and we get to see MJ, because I don't want to mess her name up, but we see MJ out, and she taking the kids to go get some ice, some bling, and some jewelry, and MJ is giving us a little about her life and her upbringing, and just seeing where she is now, because she says when she was younger she used to want the finest of things, and her grandmother could not afford it, and now she is able to live the life that she's always dreamed, and they are actually going to get her newborn a necklace to match his sisters, his mom's, and I think that's really, really sweet. And we actually get to see MJ just being a boss, because let me tell you something, she is dressed from head to toe, honey, down, being boss lady, boss, doing boss things, taking care of boss business, and it's nice to see some young blood in the Wags group, because like I said, if you watch when they were on E, being a young Wag in the group it can be a plus, and sometimes it can kind of not be good, just depending on the Wags. But in Wags to Riches, I'm loving MJ's vibe, I'm loving her style, and I'm just loving seeing her do her and being a boss. And y'all, then we get into our next theme, and it is our girl Stoney. And come to find out, Stoney is Rick Ross' first baby's mother, and they have 1 child together. And Stoney is actually meeting up with Alexis, and they are actually, finna talk, catch up, have lunch, and have drinks. And baby, they looking good. Like I'm telling y'all, Wags to Riches, the girls are looking good. They are giving very much so the aesthetic of I'm a boss. You see it when I walk in the room, you feel the energy. And Stoney and Alexis are at this very, very beautiful restaurant. And Alexis asks Stoney how she's been. Stoney asks Alexis how she's been. And the ladies just sit down and they catch up. And Stoney shares with Alexis, she doesn't always feel like she is welcome when she comes around. in the group, and she's not really understanding why that is, why she's kind of being what feels like pushed out. And Alexis shares with Stony, everybody rock with different people. Every group is different. Some people just got people that they mesh with. And I love how Alexis is responding to this, because Alexis is like, well, look here, I ain't got no problem with you. And I ain't heard nobody else say they got no problem with you. So I'm not really going to get into that. And the best thing I can do is give you this and this to the answer of that question about that situation. And then, the ladies, of course, get into talks and conversation about relationships. And Alexis, of course, is divorced, and she says she's still single. Well, she's single, but she's doing her. She living for her right now. And Stony says she is also single as well, and she shares that it's hard for her today because she lives in a home that her baby father, which is Rick Ross, purchased for her. And, they can be intimidating to a lot of men. And Alexis shares with her. She completely understands. And, baby, she's like, girl, it's like I'm in a big, pretty prison. And Alexis says, I know that cannot be good. And she's like, for you. And she's like, no, I really want to get out and just, start fresh and start on my own, is what Stony said. And then we actually get a moment from Stony where Stony opens up, and she actually shares with Alexis that she had a sex tape of hers released, and it was released as revenge porn. And it was because her ex was in a beef with another high profile celebrity, and they used that video against her, and she sued them, and she won the lawsuit. And Stony says it's very hard for her today. It's very hard for her to make friends or be friends with people, because when you look her up or you Google her name, most times it's the first thing that pops up about her past and about that sex tape and that incident. And she says it's hard living and going through that and trying to navigate through that on a daily basis when people are always judging her from what's happening, what's going on. And y'all, I'm not sleepy. It's just the time that I'm making this video is early morning, late night. But y'all, to see that side of Stony and to just see her and Alexis at the table and see how Alexis was being there for her and just telling her, it's not right what happened to her, and for that to go on, it just is unfair. How unfair it was to Stony and how she is still paying for that. And y'all, we get into our next scene. And now, y'all, we are in our next scene, and baby, it is the OG wag herself, Miss Ashley, y'all. If y'all had not watched Wags before your introduction to Ashley, baby, you kind of late to the game, because I met the girl in Miami, and Ashley was definitely the girl. She was not going. She wasn't having it. She was gonna speak her mind. And to see her back on TV and on the screens, come on, Miss Ashley, still looking good, still looking fine, handling boss, doing boss, just being a boss. But we open up the scene at coming to Ashley's house. All the ladies are coming over. And when I say all the ladies, I mean Alexis, Sherelle, and Portia. And baby, Ashley's house is beautiful. Baby, the gate, the come in, the entrance, the walk, Ashley, like I'm telling y'all, Ashley was that girl in Miami. Ashley is this girl on Netflix. Ashley just is not the one to be played with. But the ladies are meeting at Ashley's house, and baby, they are turning up. They are having a Taco Tuesday, from what Alexis says when she came in and spoke to Ashley, baby. And I'm telling y'all, the bodies is banging. It's giving a vibe. It's giving we wealthy. We're homegirls. We're hanging together. It's giving the name of the ladies podcast, Humble Baddies. It's very much so giving. We're humble. We're baddies. And you know, the ladies are finna go out by the pool and sit and turn up. They finna have some drinks, and you know, they got a chef. They finna eat good. It's just finna to be a vibe, okay? And you know, the ladies, like I said, they go out, they sitting by the pool, they looking really, really good, and the girls start to have chatter and conversation, and you know, it gets very, very interesting while the ladies are sitting outside because Stoney comes up in conversation, and you know, her role in the group, and you know how everybody feels about her, and we're just gonna say Stoney is not everyone's cup of tea, favorite person so far, but I do like the fact that Alexis came and said, you know, her and Stoney have had a conversation, they've had lunch, and she honestly really sees Stoney, and she kind of opens and gives a little bit of the background about Stoney's story, which Stoney had told her about when they were at dinner, about the sex tape and about it being released, and you know how she was just a victim in all of this. And you know, she says as women, they should be all be able to come together and support Stoney and be there for Stoney. And we get a interview scene from Sherelle. Sherelle was like, you know, it's very funny to hear that, you know, Stoney is this big victim and acting like I'm being mean to her, when she was like, I heard Stoney was like going around trying to get the tea about me. And she was like, you know, she has to kind of still get her feels and vibes of Stoney. Ashley says, well, you know, if Alexis is vouching for, then maybe she's not that bad of a person. And then we get an interview scene of Portia. And Portia says, you know, whatever Stoney's past is her past, because if that's her ministry, so her testimony, hey, that's for her, that's not her. And, you know, we also find out how long Portia has been in Miami, and, you know, a little bit more background to her relationship with Sherelle. And Portia shares while she's sitting out with them that she has a real estate showing to do pretty soon, and the ladies want to know if it was in Miami or where she is moving from. And she told the ladies it was in Miami. She also told them the area that she was going into, and the ladies was like, yes, boss, she is getting the money. They was like, that's where the money is, that's where the wealth is. And they was like, oh my gosh, okay, come on, Porsche. And then Portia also shares that she is showing the house to Stoney. And Ashley says, girl, were the funds there? And the girls bust out laughing except for Alexis. And it's really, it's interesting to see this dynamic playing out so soon, especially in episode 1. But I'm here, I'm watching, I'm tapped in, I'm tuned in. So y'all, our next scene is MJ and Sherelle, and they are meeting up at the park so their daughters can play. And comes to find out, MJ is one of Miss Sherelle's real estate agents and works for her agency. And you know, Miss Sherelle says she sees a lot of MJ in herself when she was younger, and Miss Sherelle said shares that MJ is in a very high profile relationship with the artist Kodak Black, and she was like, when you're young in your relationship, she said she knows how it can be, and she knows how MJ may feel, and that's why they have grown a close relationship, because when she met MJ was letting her know that she wants to get into real estate and wanted to learn about the business, and she says ever since then they've just hit it off. And honestly, in life, I feel like we all need a mentor, someone that can help us get to the next level, elevate us to the next level. So to see Miss Sherelle's and MJ's relationship and just seeing how it has grown since she's been working with her, and to see the bond and the closeness that they have. And like I said, while they're at the park, they're just talking, catching up. They're talking about MJ's relationship and how MJ is doing, because Miss Sherelle says sometimes it is very hard to get in contact with MJ. She doesn't always answer the phone, but she says, she knows that MJ is a mom and a hardworking young lady, and she is pushing herself forward to get and achieve the things that she wants. And she just tells her, she's like, girl, got to answer the phone. We got to stay in communication. We got to stay talking. And MJ shares in an interview saying that she says, sometimes talking to Miss Sherelle, it's like talking to your mom. She's like, you don't be wanting to hear what she got to say, but you be knowing it's important to hear. And I really just am loving seeing them at the park and just seeing these ladies at two different stages of their life, and how they're having conversation and just being able to share with one another, and for the audience to see, I think is very, very important, and also very educational. And y'all, we are now in our next scene, and we are at Portia's cocktail hour. And baby, it is in a high rise on top of the top floor. Okay, Portia, I see you, girl. Come on, cocktail hour. And of course, she has invited Alexis. She's invited Ashley. She's invited Miss Sherelle. And of course, y'all, we get a scene from Miss Portia, and Miss Portia says, she's been living in Tampa, but she wants to move her and her husband to Miami, because that's where the money is at, and that's where the money resides. And baby, I like Miss Portia's thinking, honey. If I'm gonna move to the next city where I know my top gonna spin and go crazy. And just to see her and the ladies and see them all dressed up, it's so good. And then y'all, we also get to meet Shad. Sade. I think her name is Sade. It's S-A-D-E. So I think it's Sade. Sade comes in, and we find out Sade is a swimwear model and business owner. So she basically makes swimwear, and which I am loving that, because baby, pretty face, okay? You all see she's giving very much so Barbie. And it's just nice to see the ladies doing a thing, okay? On the top of the top floor. Okay, okay, and then y'all, we get to meet Keita. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I gotta meet. Ah! I can't read it! Ah! Okay, so Keita is married to Terrell Hill. She is very, very much so pregnant. So congratulations to you, Miss Keita. And then y'all, we meet Jules. And Jules used to work for Kanye West. And Jules is a Pisces. Yeah, we got 3 Pisces on the show. And Jules gives me very much so. I'm the girl. I hang with the girls. And y'all know what I'm here to do. Jules is also Caucasian. But she get me like she one of the sisters. So I'm rolling with it. I'm digging the energy. I'm digging the vibe. Jules is a publicist and she works in media. So she helps artists, or anybody that is a public figure on a public platform. Pretty much she helps do business meetings, deals, and things of that nature. And y'all, she is looking, I'm telling y'all, all the ladies are looking good at Portia's cocktail hour. That's all I can say. And come to find out, Jules is actually friends with Portia's husband because she used to do some publishing work for him. And, it is just very, and like I keep saying, the dynamics of seeing how all these ladies know each other, how they're interconnected so far, has come to be very, very interesting. And like I keep saying, this cocktail hour is just giving me life because it is done so well and so nice. And it's just giving what it's supposed to give. And then guess what, y'all? Alexis' ex-husband shows up to the event. And come on, Alexis, your ex-husband is okay. He comes to support and show love. And I love to see that because that shows the relationship and the dynamic that they have between one another and how things are. And I love that. It's giving vibes, okay? It's just giving the vibe. And while we're at Portia's cocktail hour, we get to see the men have a conversation off to the side and have, guy talk, guy conversation, and hear about their careers and how it kind of is. And then, y'all, we see Ashley, Alexis, and Jules off to the side. And they're sitting down, and while they're sitting down, Jules receives a text message from Kanye West, and she says it's attached with like 18 other people. And Jules goes into the background about what happened while she was working for Kanye, and sharing that it was somebody on the team, and saying this was like her first time hearing from Ye in months in this group text message. And she says, she didn't get paid. Basically, she hadn't heard anything. And he kind of went MIA, went ghost. And this is the first time she's hearing from him in like months. And she's sharing with the ladies, the situation in detail about what happened and what occurred. And Ashley and Alexis shared with Jules, number one, that's not right. Number two, Ashley was like, girl, if he ain't finna give you your money, you need to sue him. You need to get your money from him because he ain't paid you for the work you done did and what you've done. And then you was like, he just stopped. Like, no. Ashley was like, girl, you need to go get your money. And I'm very much so with Ashley. If you put in work, if you did anything in your life that required you to stop doing what you were doing for someone else, and then all of a sudden they go MIA on you, they just ghost you, they with no reason, no explanation, they ain't paying you. Girl, bump this, you didn't text me. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear I'm finna get my last check. I want to hear about I'm finna get my money. You can apologize, it's up to you, but I want what is owed to me personally, because you cheating me by not giving it to me. But Jules says she doesn't believe it was Jay that did it, and it was someone else that was a part of the team. And the ladies just like, being supportive and just want just want Jules to know she needs to do what she need to do, dot her T's, cross her I's, and put her X's on the board. And I'm in agreements with the ladies because maybe, ma'am, months, then you got a baby, run me my money, and I'll forgive you in my heart. And then after Jules tells them about that, she gets called over to the bar, and Ashley and Alexis go out to the side, and Ashley asks Alexis, you know, how you feel about this whole Jules situation, and you know, her telling us about, you know, her just getting that text. And Alexis shares, you know, she just wants Jules to get her money, and gets what's owed to her. And Ashley was like, well, you know, Jules does have a reputation. If you look online, you Google it, it has like different little articles saying little different things about Jules. And she said, you know, you can't be out here in these streets wilding out and doing, you know, this and that. And I was like, So there's more to uncover and unfold, but then y'all, we see the ladies, like I said, standing up on top at the top, just having a good time, and we see Alexis off to the side, and her and Portia's husband are talking, and you know, the vibes are vibing, the things are going good. Miss Sherelle got her drink in her hand, doing what she got to do, baby, and it is, you know, looking good for the camera and on the camera. Bow. So y'all, we are now getting to our closing scene, and baby, guess who arrives to the party? It is our girl Stony. And baby, everybody like, oh, you invited her, Portia? And Portia's like, yeah. And you can see some faces are pleased that she's there, and some places are just not pleased that she's there. And you know, you can kind of like feel the tension, but it's not thick between the ladies. And you know, we get to see everyone's perspective of how they feel about Stony. And Miss Sherelle says, you know, she can't run with people with the reputation like Stoney's. And I don't know what reputation she may be talking about, because she could also be talking about, you know, Stoney trying to dig in and see about who she is and who she was before she moved to Miami. Not really sure. But what I am getting is that, you know, everybody has their views, everybody has their opinions, and even Stony shares with us, you know, hey, whatever I did, whatever happened to me, and whatever money I won, that's my business. It ain't nobody else's. Ain't nobody got nothing to do with it. And you know, she's off to the side having a drink by herself. And you know, we see the rest of the ladies kind of like sitting around in a circle, and you know, they're talking and they're having conversation. And you know, of course, Stony is the topic of conversation, and Jules didn't know what was going on, and she was like, "Yeah, what's going on? What's happening?" And come to find out, that, you know, Jules is like Alexis, and like how I feel. We shouldn't be judging Stony on revenge sex tape that was released of her, because number one, that's not right. Number two, when you be in that situation, no one understands how you feel, because I tell people all the time, I've done an act in the past, and I don't want that footage to see the light of day, but I also cannot prevent the person that recorded it and who they may get around and then trust to release it. But I am honest enough to say, Yes, I did something. Yes, it wasn't something that I would have wanted to happen, but it is what happened. And the ladies are just trying to, get Miss Sherelle to understand that Stoney's not a bad person. And Miss Sherelle said, she's not saying that Stoney is a bad person, but her reputation and everything that people say are kind of like following behind her. And then she said her actions, and she was like, there's no way possible I would have won that much money in a lawsuit and not done more with it. And I just feel like Stoney and Miss Sherelle they just have this thing right now where it's just up, down, down, up. It's just very much so like a rock and a hard place. And to just see all the ladies sitting around and, having this conversation and talking and expressing their feelings and their thoughts, it's very, very interesting. And also a link of the sex tape has been like out and floating around, and we kind of find out everybody's have some have seen it, not everyone, but I find it very interesting that some people have seen it and not everyone. And then while they're talking, Sherelle actually comes over and joins the ladies and sits down, and they just jump right into it. Jules has no problem kicking the door open and just letting what was said, what was being discussed, And then the next thing you know, Sherelle and Stoney start to have an open dialogue amongst the group, and they're talking to one another and having an exchange of words. And baby, Stoney's looking at Sherelle like, okay, wait, what? And y'all, while the conversation is going on, Portia gets up, and baby, Portia gets to run away. Baby, Portia gets to. Portia's like, I got to go. I can't be around for this. I can't be around to hear this. I don't want no parts of whatever's going on. I got to pee. The alcohol is kicking in. I got to go. I got to go. And I'm definitely with her. Like, baby, the drama's starting to unleash. I don't want to be around for that. But Stoney does share with Sherelle and the ladies that that it was revenge porn and it was released against her, and it was not something she planned on doing or that she ever thought about doing. She says, she's not understanding why she's getting like this looked down upon when she's like, I didn't do anything. Something happened and it was done to me, and I'm being judged off of it, and I should not be. And like I say, I understand where Stoney is coming from. I understand where Sherelle is coming from, because guess what, baby? We're not going to be in no group, in no circle, and you're going to be questioning about me. Because if you want to know about me, you need to talk to me, you need to get to know me. But I don't feel like it is a reason for the ladies to have a major discourse between each other. But from seeing what I'm seeing so far, I feel like it's going to play a very, very big issue into this season of season 1. And I hope no one picks sides. I hope everyone is like very mutually understanding, and for them to be having this conversation in this group setting, I'm loving it, because that means, hey, we can be grown women, we can talk, we can have conversation. And then the next thing after that, Sherelle and Stoney get up and walk away from the group, and they actually go have an off the side conversation, and they're talking about their relationship, the dynamic of their relationship, how it is working. And Stoney shares with Sherelle that she feels like she's being judged from her past and off her past, and she shouldn't. And I mean, look here, I'm loving Sherelle. But I also, like I said, I agree with her and Stoney. I just feel like this is a situation and a dynamic that has been thrust into a group, and right now it's just not reading across very well. And it's causing a little shakeup. And you know, I'm just like, wags to riches, wags to riches. Okay, Netflix. Okay, I see you. And y'all, the ladies, you know, have a little and Stoney ends up leaving the party, and you see, you know, all the other ladies looking over and looking at what's happening, what's going on, trying to figure out, wait, what's happening. And then the next thing you know, after Stoney leaves, Sherelle goes back and joins the other ladies and sit down. And y'all, we go from that part of our closing scene into the next part of our closing scene. And it is Stoney, and we are at Stoney's boutique. And Stoney has a very lovely boutique. She has a customer in the store shopping. And you know, she is just handling her business, doing what she needs to do. And then the next thing you know, Stoney's phone go off, and y'all, it is a mugshot of MJ. And she has been arrested for a charge, and Stoney is calling her, and she's not getting an answer. She's only getting the voicemail. And y'all, that is how we close out and end episode 1 of Rags to Riches over on Netflix. Y'all, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Wags to Riches episode 2 is coming soon. Y'all, it has been your girl, Pretty Sexy Jarrett Brand, aka Stoney Assassin. Until next time, y'all be safe, Assassin family, and make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. Bye, y'all.